Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shop Breakdown. We're going to go over 4 college basketball games for Friday, March 28th, 2025. Now if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets in college hoops and other sports like Major League Baseball, you can find those at the premium picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games in the Sweet 16 for Friday. First up, we have Ole Miss and Michigan State. This one is going to be 7:09 Eastern. It's going to be on CBS. Now, I think this total is way too steep. I think this is going to be more of a defensive battle. Two defenses that I really trust. I think Michigan State, you could argue, a top 5, top 3 defense in the country. Great defensive rebounding team. They're number 1 in three-point defense, number 11 in effective field goal percentage defense. On the other side, Ole Miss, while they played some high-scoring games in this tournament and scored 91 against Iowa State last time out, they're still led by Chris Beard, who is one of the better defensive coaches in college basketball. They're still top 20 in adjusted defensive efficiency. So I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. The first is 65 wins. I think Ole Miss is a live dog, but I'm going to take the under in Ole Miss, Michigan State. Next up, an all-SEC matchup in the Midwest region between number 3 seed Kentucky and number 2 seed Tennessee. This one is 7:39 Eastern. It's going to be on TBS. Now, Tennessee is playing with double revenge in this game. They lost both matchups in the season series in the regular season to Kentucky, and these teams did not meet in the SEC tournament. But that was a tournament, of course, that Tennessee made the championship game against Florida, while Kentucky, while it got the win over Oklahoma, was crushed in the next round to Alabama by almost 30 points. So, yes, Kentucky's been impressive in the tournament thus far, and they've done it while being shorthanded with some key injuries. But I think they've also had a pretty easy path to this matchup. I mentioned, I took Kentucky as my play of the day over Troy in that first round matchup. It's just they really matched up well with more of a defensive first team in Troy. And then against Illinois, I've mentioned all season with Illinois' inexperience, very young team, I didn't like them to make a deep run in this year's tournament. So now you're playing an experienced, very strong defensive team in Tennessee that's playing with double revenge. They're not too happy with those results in the regular season. They're playing great basketball. They're coming off, 2 impressive victories over Wofford and UCLA. I just think that Tennessee's too much in this one. I think they have the best player on the floor in Zakai Ziegler, and I think that experience really pays off. So if Kentucky was fully healthy, maybe a more competitive battle, but I think Tennessee runs away with this one. I'm going to lay the points with the Vols. Next up, we have Michigan and Auburn. This one is going to be 9:39 Eastern. It's going to be on CBS. Now, I think this game will be a little bit more high-scoring than the rest, but I still think Auburn wins and covers the number in the end. I think they have a good matchup here, a good draw. When you look at Auburn, they played 16th seed in the first round. Creighton in the second round was a really good matchup for the Tigers because Creighton really relies on the three-point ball, but Auburn's a top 10 three-point defense. They don't give up a lot of threes in general, three-point attempts, but let alone a lot of points there. And when you look at Auburn in this matchup, I think they win the turnover battle. I think they win the rebounding battle. They're the better team from a shot quality perspective, really by a good margin on the offensive side. And then you look at the potential Elite Eight matchup. Auburn still has to win this game, but if Auburn can get there, I think they're going to match up well with Ole Miss or Michigan State in that Elite Eight matchup. So Auburn, there's really no excuse to not make the Final Four this season. I think it's a great path for them. Whether you think that they deserve the number 1 overall seed or a 1 seed in general this year, this is a pretty good draw for the Tigers. I'd be pretty happy if I was an Auburn fan. So, or at least, I don't know about happy, but I'd feel pretty good about my chances. So we'll see if Auburn can get the job done. I think they do. I'm going to take Auburn and lay the points. Next up, we have Purdue and Houston. This one, 10:09 Eastern. It's going to be on TBS. Now, I was really impressed with Houston's win over Gonzaga. And yes, I've been a fan of Gonzaga's game this year. I think they were an underrated team overall. And, they were playing great basketball at the end of the regular season into the conference tournament with a pretty simple, pretty comfortable West Coast Conference win. And then a blowout win in the first round over Georgia. Gonzaga was in great form, but Houston took care of that game. The final score was a 5-point win, but they were up by a good margin for 38, 39 minutes. And they were able to hold on for the victory. I was really impressed with that performance. I was impressed with their first round performance over SIUE. And it's tough to go against Houston, in my opinion, in this one. I expect a pretty low-scoring game, but I think Houston's defense just way too much for Purdue in this one. Unless Purdue goes crazy from the perimeter, which they very well could. They have a strong backcourt. I don't see them competing for 40 minutes. I don't think they make enough tough shots to keep up. Give me Houston laying the points. And that's it. Those are the games for Friday in the Sweet 16. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium, and there is a link in the description. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.